It's time for the mid-year book tag. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today I have a book tag for you, and it is the mid-year book tag. This was originally by Earl Grey Books and Is That Kemi were the original creators, and I found this on Booknest or Beth Bartholomew's YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out those, I will put a link below to their channels for you to check out the original videos. But this is a mid-year book tag, and as it is June and it's the middle of the year, I thought, let's do it. So question 1. How has your 2024 reading year gone so far? Currently, I've had about 5 5-star reads this year for me, so really good. I'm having a really good reading year. I am burning through books, which is great because I have a massive TBR. So I'm getting through them. I'm still looking at books, which is naughty, but I am trying to read through a lot of the books I have, so I think we're doing well. Question 2. What is the best book you've read so far in 2024? For me, I'm going to say it is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I absolutely adored this book. I will put a link below. I have a book review coming out for this. Once that's out, the link will appear above me, but I absolutely adored this book. It is so good. It's actually the next book club read for my book club because it wasn't my fault, but the local bookshop, someone read it and really recommended it, and then I was already reading it, and then the book club found out about it, so now they're actually reading it, so I'm a bit ahead, which is fine by me. I love this book. I'll read you guys the blurb in case you are interested. Are you lost or are you exploring? When Zachary Rowland stumbles across a strange book hidden in his university library, it leads him on a quest unlike any other. Its pages entrance him with their tales of lovelorn prisoners, lost cities and nameless acolytes, but they also contain something impossible, a recollection from his own childhood. Determined to solve the puzzle of the book, Zachary follows the clues he finds on the cover: a bee, a key and a sword. They guide him to a masquerade ball, to a dangerous secret club, and finally through a magical doorway created by the fierce and mysterious Mirabelle. This door leads to a subterranean labyrinth filled with stories hidden far beneath the surface of the earth. When the labyrinth is threatened, Zachary must race with Mirabelle and Dorian, a handsome, barefoot man with shifting alliances, through its twisting tunnels and crowded ballrooms, searching for the end of his story. You're invited to join Zachary on the Starless Sea, the home of storytellers, story lovers, and those who will protect our stories at all costs. I absolutely adored this book. It does have mixed reviews on Goodreads due to the chapter structure choices. I loved that, but some people didn't. But Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Question 3. Best sequel you've read so far in 2024? For me, this was Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lynn Tan. I tend to find with sequels, especially in trilogies, that they can drop off a bit. This is a duology, and I found that Sue Lynn Tan just did a really good job at keeping the momentum of the story going and keeping that interest. So I absolutely love this read, plus look how gorgeous it is. This is the second book. The first is Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I have done a book review. That link is above me now. I've also done a book review on this. That link is also above me. But let me read you guys a little blurb if you want to read this book. An unspeakable terror is sweeping across the realm as the Celestial Emperor tightens his grip on power. The fragile peace Xingying fought so hard for when freeing her mother is under threat. Forced to flee her home, Xingying ventures into unexplored lands of the immortal realm to seek aid. However, with alliances shifting quicker than the tides, she has to overcome past grudges and enmities to forge a new path forward, seeking aid where she never imagined. Xingying must uncover the truth of her heart and claw her way through devastation to rise against evil before it destroys everything she holds dear, and the world she has grown to love, even if doing so demands the greatest price of all. We get the ultimate choice. She chooses between the two. I'm not going to give you too many spoilers here. And there's a big fight. There's a whole load of world of discovery, more gorgeous detail of food and what they wear. Such a beautiful place. Loved it. Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lynn Tan was the best sequel I've read so far this year. Question 4. A new release you haven't read yet but want to. Okay, so for this one, I have the book on order. I don't have the book yet, but it has now got the cover, so I'll pop that next to me now. A new release you haven't read yet but want to is The Silence Factory by Bridget Collins. I adore Bridget Collins. I've read The Binding and The Betrayals. Absolutely love her work, and this is a brand new book by her, which comes out on the 9th of the 5th. So by the time this video comes out, it's out and I'll have it in book form. But for now, I don't. But I do have it on order. I'll read you guys the blurb if you are interested. Henry dreams of silence. A world without the clattering of carriages through cobbled streets, the distant cries of drunken brawls, the relentless ticking of the clock. Then he meets a fascinating, mysterious gentleman who sells just that. Precious silk that can drown out the clamour of the world and everything Henry is so desperate to escape. Summoned to Sir Edward's secluded factory to try to cure his young daughter's deafness, Henry is soon drawn deeper and deeper into the origins of this otherworldly gift, a gift that has travelled from ancient Mediterranean glades to English libraries. Ignoring repeated warnings from the girl's secretive governess, he allows himself to fall under the spell of Sir Edward and his silk, but when he learns its true cost, will it be too late to turn back? I'm very excited. It's new. And I haven't read it yet, but I'm very excited to do so. Question 5. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I haven't got one. I did look at the start of this year, and the only 2 books that I was looking forward to coming out were the Bridget Collins new release and Tales of the Celestial Kingdom by Su Lin Tan. So both of those I now have, and I don't really have anything that I am aware of coming out on the second half of this year. It's all a surprise for me. Future Editing Robin here, and I can now say that there is a book coming out in the second half of this year that I am looking forward to reading and would like to pre-order, and that book is Buried Deep and Other Stories by Naomi Novik. It is a group of short stories by Naomi Novik, who is the author of A Deadly Education and Spinning Silver, and it comes out in the second half of this year. A quick blurb of this is a mushroom witch who learns that sometimes the worst thing in the Scholomans can be your roommate. The start of the Dragon Corps in ancient Rome after Mark Antony hatches a dragon's egg and bonds with the hatchling. A young bride in the Middle Ages who finds herself gambling with death for the highest of stakes. A delightful reimagining of Pride and Prejudice in which Elizabeth Bennet captains a long-winged dragon. And finally, the first glimpse at the world of Abandon, the setting of Novik's upcoming epic fantasy series, a deserted continent populated only by silent and enigmatic architectural mysteries. Question 6. Biggest disappointment of 2024 so far? I kind of feel bad for this, but Patrick Rothfuss, The Narrow Road Between Desires. This is a novella by Patrick Rothfuss, and I was disappointed. In fairness to Rothfuss, it's called The Narrow Road Between Desires, and the main protagonist is Bast. I was expecting some spice. It's not spicy. It is, however, a very beautiful book, has amazing drawings in it. I have got a review for this. I'll pop that link above or below me now. And it's not a bad read, but it was not what I was hoping for. But I'll read you guys the blurb if you're interested. It's a really easy, quick read. So if you're interested, here is the blurb. Bast knows how to bargain. The give and take of negotiation is as familiar to him as the in and out of breathing. To watch him trade is to watch an artist at work, but even a master's brush can slip. When he accepts a gift, taking something for nothing, Bast's whole world is knocked askew, for he knows how to bargain, but not how to owe. From dawn to midnight, over the course of a single day, follow the Kingkiller Chronicle's most charming fae as he schemes and sneaks, dancing into trouble and back out again with uncanny grace. It sounds so good, but it just failed for me a bit. Question 7. Biggest surprise of 2024 so far. For this, we have actually lent that book out, so I'll pop it here. It is An Olive Grove in Ends by Moses Mackenzie. This was a book club read. It's a book that I would never have picked up by myself, but I'm so glad they chose it. It was a really good read, really fascinating. I learned a lot, and it was written so well. Moses Mackenzie is a very naturally talented writer, I would say. So I'll read you guys the blurb for that. I just have to get it on my phone. Sion Hughes, a young black man from Bristol, dreams of a world far removed from the one in which he was raised. Far removed from the torn slips outside the bookies, the burnt spoons and the crooked solutions his community embraces. Most of all, removed from the Christianity of his uncaring parents and the prejudice of lawmakers. Growing up, Sion found respite from the chaos of his environment in the love and loyalty of his brother-in-arms, Cuba, in the example of his cousin Hakeem, a man once known as the most infamous drug dealer in the neighbourhood, now a proselytizing Muslim, and in the tenderness of his girl, Shauna, whose own sense of purpose galvanizes Sion's. In return, Sion wants to give the people he loves the world, a house atop a grand hill in the most affluent area of the city, a home in which they can forever find joy and safety. But after an altercation in which a boy is killed, Sion finds his loyalties torn and his dream of a better life in peril. It was such a fascinating and oddly easy to read book. My review of that is linked above and below me now. It does come with a lot of trigger warnings, so please make sure you check out those first. The trigger warnings are that it doesn't show in detail, but there is discussion of rape, murder, assault, child abuse, child abandonment, vocal and physical abuse, etc. They're in there. They're not detailed heavily, but they are discussed. So just a trigger warning for that book, but it was such a surprisingly good read. Question 8. Favorite new author, new to you or debut? I'm going to say Frances Hardinge, and the book that I read was Deep Light. Now, Frances Hardinge is not a new author, and I think they are pretty famous. But I really loved this book. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was close to being 5 stars, if I'm honest. In some ways it is. I don't know why. It didn't do the leap of a 5-star to me, but it really, like a Robin Hobb book, it really sticks in your head. So I really loved this. New author for me. I'll read you guys the blurb for this one. The underwater gods of the Myriad were as real as the coastlines and currents and as merciless as the winds and whirlpools. Then one day they rose up and tore each other apart, killing many hundreds of islanders and changing the Myriad forever. On the jumbled streets of the island of Ladies' Crave live Hark and his best friend Jelt. They are scavengers, living off their wits, diving for relics of the gods, desperate for anything they can sell. But now there is something restless stirring beneath the waves, calling to someone brave enough to retrieve it. Something valuable, something dangerous. Nothing is quite as it seems, and when the waves try to claim Jelt, Hark will do anything to save him and the islands that he loves, even if it means a death-defying journey into the strange dark light of the undersea, to face not only who his friend has become, but what. It's brilliant. Question 9. Newest fictional crush? Honestly, I don't currently have one. I find I don't crush that much on characters in books. I crush on, I guess I enjoy the relationships that they have in books. I thought I'd be telling you this was Bast from Patrick Rothfuss, because who isn't into Bast? I'm not into him after that book, if I'm honest, so I don't have one. Number 10. Book that made you cry. I'm still not over it. Before We Say Goodbye by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is the 4th book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series, and oh, how I wept. I do have a book review of this. That link will be below and above me now. Oh, guys, seriously. I'll read you guys the blurb for this one. Just be aware this is the 4th book in a series. The 4th novel in Toshikazu Kawaguchi's internationally best-selling Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. The regulars at the magical cafe Funakuli Funakula are well acquainted with its famous legend and extraordinary time travel offering. Many patrons have reunited with old flames, made amends with estranged family and visited loved ones, but for the journey is not without risks, and there are rules to follow. Travellers must have visited the cafe before, and crucially must return to the present in the time it takes their coffee to go cold. In the tradition of Toshikazu Kawaguchi's sensational Before the Coffee Gets Cold series, readers will once again be introduced to a new set of visitors: the husband with something important left to say, the woman who couldn't bid her dog farewell, the woman who couldn't answer a proposal, and the daughter who drove her father away. Featuring signature heartwarming characters and wistful storytelling in the beautifully haunting Before We Say Goodbye, Kawaguchi asks, who would you visit if you could travel through time? The last one? Guys, you have no idea. Question 11. I don't know how. Question 11. Book you saw on TikTok and regret reading. I don't have TikTok. I'm an out-of-date millennial. So I use Instagram and I use BookTube. To be honest, so far, I haven't regretted any books that I have bought based on reviews or read-throughs I've seen online so far. I have a few to read that are ones from these, but so far I haven't regretted any. Again, if I've changed my mind before this comes out, I'll put a link below to one I regret. Question 12. Most beautiful book you bought this year? Oh, I'm gonna say Tales of the Celestial Kingdom by Su Lin Tan. I haven't bought that many books this year. As I say, I am trying to read books that I have as much as possible, but look how gorgeous it is. Behind this is just like a whitey pink with gold on the side, but inside it has beautiful formatting and semi-illustration. I mean, look at the map. Guys, it's just beautiful. You can see, look. Yeah. Most beautiful book I've bought this year is Tales of the Celestial Kingdom by Su Lin Tan. I'll read you guys the blurb for this one. Return to the realm of gods and legends, magic and romance. Su Lin Tan's highly acclaimed best-selling Celestial Kingdom duology is expanded with this new compilation of stories from before, during and after the events in Daughter of the Moon Goddess and Heart of the Sun Warrior, all from the perspectives of beloved characters. Tales of the Celestial Kingdom collects 9 spellbinding stories, 2 previously published, 7 original, including the epilogue to the duology, set in the enchanting world of Su Lin Tan's stunning debut. Filled with magic and mythology, friendship and love, these stories intertwine through the past, present and future of the 2 novels, told from the perspectives of multiple characters including Chang'e, Xu Xiao, Li Wei and Wenzai. With beautiful illustrations from Kelly Chong throughout, these wondrous tales make the perfect complement to Su Lin Tan's breathtaking series. I'm excited to read this, but beautiful book. Question 13. What are the books you need to read by the end of the year? So for me, I want to be able to read, as you've seen in previous book tags, I really need to get kicking myself to read Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I saw the film, I loved it, I bought the book. I've had this since high school, guys. High school. I need to read this book. I would also like to read Her Raging Curse by Elizabeth Lim, which is a new book that came out from the Six Crimson Cranes series. This is about our main protagonist's mother, so I would love to read these 2 by the end of the year. I am also still continuing my Terry Pratchett Discworld journey, so I need to read at minimum 4 Discworld books this year. I've already almost read 2, so to be honest, I'm definitely going to hit that target. Question 14. Favorite video you've made so far in 2024? I think my favorite video might be my first vlog style day in the life. I've never done one before with the vlog speaking aspect. I've only done them where I've written dialogue underneath, so that was fun to make and fun to do. I don't think I'd do them constantly because it takes a lot to do. But I found the editing process really enjoyable and the filming was fun, so yeah, I'm quite proud of that video. Question 15. A video you thought would flop but did well. To be honest, I always just presume mine would flop, so I am pleased whenever any of my videos do well. I am most surprised at book reviews, actually, that they do regularly get views, so I'm really glad you guys enjoy the book reviews, and I hope I can keep reading books that you guys want to see reviewed. A link to that is I now have a playlist specifically for my Discworld journey, which again I'm really pleased how many of you guys like that, and I'm presuming you guys are also heavily into Discworld and Pratchett and possibly doing that journey yourself. So I absolutely love reading your comments on all my videos, but especially those videos, because it's just so fun when I ask questions. You guys know the answers and I just love it. So please keep commenting. But yeah, I'm always surprised at how well the book reviews are received. So thank you guys so much. Question 16. That was hard to do. Any upcoming videos you're excited to make? I am really excited to make soon another bookshelf build video. If you haven't seen my 2 for the bookshelves here, those links are above and below me now. I'm excited because it's like a vlog video, so they're fun to do, but it's a very productive vlog video because I'm getting something done. But secondly, because I'll get more bookshelves, because at the moment, which you'll see in that video, I have a pile of books, well, we have a pile of books in the office upstairs, and I'm kind of loving how that room's going to become almost like a little mini library room in a weird way, just because of how many books we seem to be collecting in there. So I'm excited to make and release that one. And the final question 17, is any channel goals before the end of the year? Now, I don't tend to make goals really for my YouTube channel because I do this because I enjoy it, and I know it's obviously based on my skill at making videos, of trend finding, of thumbnail making and all of that, but I'm just experimenting on here and having fun, so I try not to make it too serious because I don't want it to feel like work. But I've made a rough goal of it would be awesome to reach 300 subscribers by the end of this year, because if you guys don't know, on YouTube you're not actually paid by YouTube or gain any royalties until you have 2,000 subscribers, and I think it's 1 million, no, yeah, it's 2,000, yeah, 2,000 subscribers. I think it's 1 million short video views, or is it 500 hours or something of main video reviews to be paid, but it's a lot. So until that point, everything that you see on YouTube is completely free, and the person making it is doing it because they want to, like they are really kicking themselves to make the videos for you guys to watch and be entertained, or to discuss things that they like, things like that. So it really is a labor of love because I'm not given anything for these videos, but they do take a lot of time. So to grow the channel is obviously always a goal, but I want to grow organically. I will never pay to have subscribers. And to be honest, I try out a couple of trends, but if I don't like it, I'm not doing it. So I'm not forcefully pushing to build this channel, but every subscriber means the world to me. Every comment, every like, every video view really means so much. And apparently the new algorithm is that if you watch one video and you watch another one by the same person, that's how they push the videos. So if there's another video you guys would like to watch, please put it on, or mute it and put it on in the background. I won't know. But 300 subscribers would be a fantastic goal to reach. It's not the be all and end all for me if I don't reach it. And that's it for this mid-year book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to see as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Tumblr. I post my bookish pictures as well as my writing tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!